Okay, we are live. All right, welcome, Paula.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you, Sarah.
Thank you for being here with us. So, I just wanted to share with everyone who you were and let them know a little bit about you. You are such an amazing, dear friend of mine, and I'm so excited that we've continued to get to know each other more. And I am just a big fan of your work. So, I wanted to just let people know that you are a spiritual coach, an intuitive energy healer, a Reiki master teacher, and a retreat leader. You have created your own unique blend of life coaching, energy healing, and emotional release techniques that have helped women let go of their blocks that hold them back from living fully. And you believe that fear, worry, self-judgment, and disconnect from energy and inner guidance are the blocks that keep women from experiencing their lives and their love. Your calming presence and intuitive coaching style gently leads your clients through the alchemy that occurs as the journey from fear, worry, judgment, and confusion into a place of complete faith, clarity, and love. And you've also held these amazing virtual retreats called Nurture Your Energy, Energetic Self-Care for Women in Wellness. You lead groups of sensitive, aware women through a day of retreat and nurturing. You give them permission to make self-care a priority, something that women often feel guilty about.
Mm.
And during the retreat, they gain an understanding of what energy is and the different ways women drain their energy unintentionally. They learn tools to manage, protect, and increase their energy at home and at work. And you've also led in-person retreats all around the world. Oh my goodness, you've done a lot. Anything else you want to add to that?
Oh, there's a whole history before this lifetime. But yeah, that's good for now. That was pretty long. Thank you so much for that, Sarah. It's
You're
actually a good reminder. I think sometimes we forget how much we do. You're like, wow, I do a lot. So it's awesome.
You do an incredible amount. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Every time I see the work you do, I feel like there's another layer that I've uncovered about you.
Mhm.
So, thank you for joining me. I do hope all the women get to connect with you on a more intimate and deeper level based on your work that you do.
Thank you, sister. Hmm.
Yes, and I know part of your lifestyle is one around sisterhood. So, could you mind sharing with us around what your thoughts are with sisterhood and how you see it as being very magical?
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely is a big part of the lifestyle. And I think that for me, sisterhood was a really big tool in helping to nurture myself because I think that especially once you become entrepreneurs, we really spend a lot of time on our own, especially when we're doing virtual work. And so it's really easy to be in a space of doing it on your own, spending too much time alone, forgetting that you can ask for help from a lot of different women, and forgetting that a lot of people are going through the same thing. And on a spiritual level, it was really the chance for me to remember that I'm connected to everyone, and especially women. We share this common bond of common experience through our bodies and through our energy, the feminine energy that we have. And so it was a really good path for me to go on as I was doing the work of also helping women to nurture themselves and to remember that they're really connected to everything and to other people. And so it's been awesome because sisterhood gives so much back and then allows you to also give, which feels really nice. Mhm.
Amazing. And how do you feel that you have cultivated this sisterhood for yourself? Like, what does your tribes and your group of women look like in your own personal life?
Yeah, it's a lot of my sisters are also women entrepreneurs. And that just happens naturally because it's, who we spend time around, who we're looking for connection through that common experience, who understand what we're going through. And it's also really, for me personally, it's connecting to family and my own actual blood sisters and my mother and really nurturing those connections. So they are a lot of women that I know are also women I've never met, which is a really interesting thing that happens now because we get to connect like this and we get to connect over the phone. And most of the friends that have actually are women that live all around the country, all around the world. So it's a lot of you know, people from my past and people from my present. I'm constantly meeting new people. So it's just nurturing those relationships in whatever way they need, whether, you know, and they're all different. Some of them are check in once a year, and some of them are talk through text or chat like 4 times a day, and it just kind of varies. And so it's nice to feel into what each relationship needs and to, yeah, just nurture all the different types of connections that we have.
I love hearing you talk about sisterhood and that there isn't one way to interact with your sisters, but instead that you feel into what each individual and then kind of collective needs, and that based on that, there's this way in which you interact, which I think is beautiful. And I noticed that you really cultivate groups of community with your tribe, even with your offerings that you do as an entrepreneur and how you serve. And could I get a little insight as to why you, because I'm like this too, but why you decide that a lot of it has to do with community work? Do you feel there is some sort of power and magic to circle and group work?
Yeah, I think part of it is kind of what we were just saying, like the more women you know, the better, because you know, we are all kind of busy and living in different spaces and different places. And so part of it for me is just connecting to as many women as possible and feeling those relationships grow and creating space for that and encouraging other women to do the same. And then the other part is, I think, something that you're really familiar with, which is the magic of circle, which is the thing that happens when we work with ritual or intention or presence in a group together. I think that there's something so powerful in being in that space and or commanding a space in that way. And that's something that I just have done for a really long time, and that has come naturally for me, and doesn't come naturally for a lot of women, but we all have that. And so for me, I think part of why I do that and why I love to do that is because I want to be able to show women that that can be done so simply, and that when you do that and when you're in that space with that intention and that presence and connecting to all the other women, then it's just magical because we're magical. And then that connection allows for who we truly are to kind of come up, you know, all that wisdom and all that intuition and joy and whatever is there. So it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. And yes, you are magic. We are magic, but you very much so are magic. And so I talk a lot about, for myself, the 3 words that I really lean into, that I feel are part of why I do my work, and also how I want to come back to a place of balance with where I find the most joy. And those 3 words are wild, free, and calm. And I was wondering if for those 3 words, if they resonate with you in any sort of way, and if so, how?
Yes, I love those 3 words. When I first saw those 3 words, that, you know, when I saw your work and that those 3 words connected to it, I was like, yes! It's like, she chose awesome words. Yeah, they really get me excited. I think the wild and free part especially, and the calm I think was more exciting for me a few years back when I needed more calm, and now I'm just like, I want to be freer. But the wild is that like innate animalistic self that I like feel coming out more and more in me, the happier I am and the less I worry. And it's like that self that has no clue what like the 8-hour workday is supposed to look like, or like the 9 to 5, or it doesn't worry about like how to make things happen. It's just like that pure delicious space of desire and like just, yeah, innate animal instinct almost, you know, to want to be happy and to want to do and be whatever you want and whatever feels good. And that's an awesome space to be in. So I love the wild. And the free is like, the free is choosing. For me, I think it's choosing to go into that wild or soulful space and to live from that space. Because that's where we can feel the freedom, right? Because there's like that wild space, but the truth is that we do have all of these like social obligations and rules and things that we do have to live by. So it's really trying to choose, okay, I'm going to try to live from that wild space as much as possible, because we can't do it maybe like all the time, but finding a way and a lifestyle that incorporates that as much as possible as often as possible in your life.
I love those definitions for yourself. I would agree. I would concur. So yes to that.
Yeah.
So the other thing about the feeling into your wildness and your freeness is also being in tune with your energy. And
Mm-hmm.
I think you're such a brilliant woman who really knows much about that. So can you share with us a little bit about what is energy healing, and what does that mean to you, and how do you really work with it?
Mm-hmm. So energy healing for me is the tools. There's so many ways that you can do energy healing, but it's a lot of different tools where you're really connecting to the energy system, which is, you know, when you're thinking about like mind, body, spirit, it's that spirit aspect of yourself. It's the bridge that connects your body to the spirit. So in Eastern traditions and in Eastern medicine, they often work with the energy system, with the chakras, the aura, the meridians, and all of that. And energy healing is really just using that system to give yourself whatever you need in a really holistic way. So it's accessing, you know, whatever's going on in the chakras, it's clearing them, it's working with all of the energy that's coming in and connecting to your body. And a lot of that is really soulful. So for me, it's taking that tools to use the energy system and to connect to your soul and to find that wild space and to find that soul space and then to work with it and to see what it is that you need or what it wants or yeah.
It seems that from that place you can be in much more alignment and clarity around your how you're feeling, what your thoughts really are, and what your next steps are.
Hmm. Yes, there's a lot more clarity. There's a lot of lightness. There's a lot of lightness and clarity because technically what usually happens is that we take a lot of things on and then we don't know how to release them, because it's also such subtle work sometimes, you know, and we're very busy. So it's like we're busy and there's so much going on that makes things a little confusing. And so when you're, you know, feeling calm and you're feeling still and you're slowing down or you're going into that subtle world, then yes, you find the clarity, you find all of those things there, and it's so helpful.
I love that. If we can get even a sneak preview, a little tidbit of something to help us with our energy that we can take forth, in a very easeful way, would you share with us just one tip?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think speaking to what we were just saying about like slowing down and getting calm, one of my favorite practices with that I do every single morning and that I always give to my clients, and that's really simple, is to just really sit and begin at the very top of your head and just spend like a minute at the different chakras. So there's like the crown chakra and the third eye and the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and then in your abdomen, the solar plexus, and then right below your belly button, the sacral, and then at the seat of your body between your legs is your root chakra. And so if we just actually bring our presence there for a moment, what begins to happen is that the energy begins to expand and to move because you're being with it, you're giving it a little bit of space. Kind of the same way that if we thought about our shoulders right now without even doing anything, they would just kind of relax.
Mhm.
So if you bring your powerful presence and attention to any part of your energy system, the same process happens, and you get also sometimes some intuitive hits or just some physical sensations that come along with that. And it's just really rich information for what you might need or what's going on or things you need to address. Or even if none of those things come up, just spending a minute at each spot and trusting that your presence there is helping you clear or move some of that energy or do whatever it needs to do. So.
I love that exercise because there's multiple levels to that based on what your knowledge is.
Mhm.
So it could be anywhere from a woman who may not know much around chakras or what that means, but giving them the ability to have specific access points where they're slowing down for a minute and just becoming aware, I think is great. And then adding on that layers of others who might know a little bit more about what that means. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what I'm hearing is that you're opening yourself up to more feedback, hence then coming to in a place of being able to hear a little bit more your intuition and being guided forth and then feeling much more lighter because of it. So I
Oh,
think that's so cool.
Totally. I love the way you explain that. I should hire you to explain my work. Yes, it's that awareness. It's there's so many layers, and it doesn't take very much and it doesn't take very long. I think that's kind of where we get stuck a little bit sometimes. We think that we have to take on this huge practice, and it can really be simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I do feel sometimes that my mind tells me that, oh my goodness, there's all these things that you have to do in order to clear your energy or tap into your energy. And so it's a great reminder for myself as well to remember that it's only little things that can allow me to become more aligned. And to remember that that's also part of my work here is to make sure that I'm feeling good and to feel good and self-cared and nurtured, which doesn't happen all the time being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. And Paula, if there was a woman who felt called to work with you, to know more about you and your work, how can they do so?
Well, email is usually the best way to reach me. So they could reach me at my email address is Paula at paulaorozco.com. And my last name is Orozco. And they can also reach me on my website, which is paulaorozco.com. So pretty simple. Yeah. I'm
Awesome.
also on social media and stuff, so you can find me all over.
Yay. So what I'll do is make sure that I add that information below and that I share that with the woman in the Magic of Circle as well. Thank
Wonderful.
you so much.
Thank you. You're so, so wonderful, so magical, and I'm so lucky to know you.
Oh, you too. You too. I'm so honored that you are here. And I know you have crazy schedules as well. And to carve out the time to be here, I really, really do appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to share before we close?
Let's see. Um, I just have a lot of fun. I think it's really easy to take life really seriously and our purpose and our all of that. And at the end of the day, if you're having fun, things kind of line up and you're taking care of yourself. So keep having fun. Would be my
Good advice. So the takeaway here is to have some fun.
your home. Go do it.
Yes, excellent. So if that's the case, what are you doing today that's going to be fun?
Well, I'm considering two different things. Either one, spending some time in nature with my husband, or going into the city to meet up with a group of women. There's an event going on and learning more about aromatherapy because I love learning. So,
Ooh, that sounds good. Either one.
that.
And I guess today I am feeling a bit of a packed schedule, but one thing about having fun that's really great in the location I am right now is that I have some little people. I've got 4-year-olds that always makes me come to a place of feeling like I am being childlike and having fun. So I'll make sure that today I have some time with them so that I'm feeling much lighter as well. So thank you for that.
Oh, yes, I love that. They're so good at bringing you there.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again, Paula, and we'll put the information below, and I look forward for you to meet the women that are in the Magic of Circle so you can jam with them, and we'll go dive deeper into your own principles around energy, what you can do, and what kind of practices they can do to help clear themselves and ground themselves when they have an event, and also maybe ask you some questions around your learnings about doing actual retreats all over the world. So thank you so much, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, super psyched. Thank you, Sora. I'm excited to meet everyone.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Too. Bye.